What's going on, my people? It is Ron Deasy, and I got my co-host here,
Mr. Awesome.
Mr. Awesome's here. We're back, and we're giving you guys another Two Nerds Are Better Than One episode. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, before we jump right into it, I heard it was hectic for you last week.
Yeah, it's pretty busy. I had a couple like 4th of July kind of threw me off because usually I have an extra day to do stuff, and I didn't this time because I went to Manteca with my family, and then
Oh, okay.
and then the next week was Prime Week, which you know is insane. The load is like double what we normally get. So
Mm.
and they ask you to work extra days, and I like to be a team player for at least 1 week, even though my body really can't take it.
You know what I found out?
Yeah.
A team player doesn't really do anything. Being a team player, there's like no incentives in there.
I know it's something for me, but at the same time, I'm just not a jerk, and I know they need
Yeah,
help, and it's how it's always been. You know me.
yeah, and I totally get you. And maybe in the retail business, being a team player, there's no incentive. All there is that you get recognized as being the guy that will do the job that nobody else wants to do. Well, I found out you have to find the middle between being a team player and being a jerk. And there's a middle part where you be
Sometimes you gotta be a
neutral.
team player, and sometimes you gotta be a piece of shit.
Yes. Keep it balanced, one week be a
Right.
jerk, one week be a team player.
I can only be a jerk to people that are a jerk to me. Otherwise, it's
Right.
like I just can't do it, man. Treat people like you want to be treated. That's how I was taught.
Right.
But you're right.
So,
You're probably correct.
right. So let's get into it. Let's get into this episode. How's Street Fighter 6 treating you?
Street Fighter 6 is treating me awesome, man. I
Yeah?
don't know if you saw the new Rashid trailer. There's a new character that's coming out. I don't know if he's out yet. I haven't played him if he is, but
What's his name?
Rashid.
Rashid. Okay, yeah, I knew it started with the R.
Yeah, he's from Street Fighter 5. He was really cool, man. He was actually a popular character. He had some cool music that people like to use too in a lot of videos and stuff. But
Okay.
man, again, I haven't gotten to try him out yet. I just watched his like gameplay trailer. But dude, the physics on his clothes are crazy. Like he's got all these claws all around him, hanging
Mm-hmm.
from his turban thing, and then like from his clothes too. And like whenever he spins all the time, and they circle him like perfectly. It looks so good. I I don't know how they did it. Like
Wow.
if you
Okay.
look
I
at
have
the
to check him out.
trailer, yeah, it's incredible. I just like wow, they really worked on the physics on this dude. Um, and he's gonna be at Evo too, which is crazy. So if he does come out, it's gonna be in the next week or he's already out. But either way, Evo's in like 2 weeks, so you really have like 3 weeks to learn this brand new character that's gonna be allowed in tournament.
Got it. Okay.
So you got to learn the matchup. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not like you have to learn a whole new game, but at the same time, 3 weeks for a new character to be allowed in Evo. That's I don't know.
Got it.
Evo's like the biggest fighting game tournament of the year, by the way. If you guys don't know what that is.
Yeah. I always watch Sonic Fox and there's like two other people I watch. But I think I probably want to say Sonic Fox is probably like the most popular one.
Sonic Fox was really big for Mortal Kombat for a while. Then he got
Yeah.
really good at Dragon Ball. I think he won Dragon Ball. So I wonder if he'll enter again. But I remember the last Evo, was determined to win the Skullgirls tournament, and he did.
Mm.
But
Speaking of Dragon Ball, there's a new mode coming out, right? Or is that for Kakarot?
that's probably for Kakarot.
Okay, yeah, it's
But
like
I saw that it's the World
the
Tournament,
World
right?
Tournament. Yep.
The final World Tournament with Piccolo.
Mm,
Yeah, it looks cool,
yep.
man. That's like one of the best. And that was like where they slowly transition. Like, hey, you want to see what Dragon Ball Z is gonna look like? Check out this World Tournament.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it looks
Let's
good.
see. I just recently saw. I've been keeping up with Mortal Kombat 1 because it's really catching my interest because it's like, if for those who haven't played Mortal Kombat 11, at the end of the game, Liu Kang becomes a new. I think is he called the Fire God or
Yeah,
Fire
Fire
Thunder
Guard
God?
Liu Kang. Yeah, you're gonna know
Yeah.
more than I will on this one because I've kind of been avoiding spoilers.
Okay.
But you can
So
tell me anything you want. I know they showed some smoke stuff.
yeah. So
Recently.
basically, I think basically how the story is playing out so far is that Liu Kang. I think you told me this. Liu Kang is reboot. He's basically rebooting the franchise again.
Yeah.
He's creating a new storyline. So basically, Liu Kang is Raiden, and Raiden is Liu Kang in this new storyline. So Liu Kang is the god, and Raiden is just another. I think he still has his thunder abilities, but he's not a god. And so the characters are the same, but the lore or their background is different. So from what I've seen now, Scorpion, Sub Zero, and I can't remember if it's the second Sub Zero or the first Sub Zero, but Scorpion, one of the Sub Zeros, and Smoke, they're all part of the same clan. Instead of
That's what, the Lin Kuei?
yeah, they're part of the Lin Kuei. They haven't
Okay.
mentioned Shirai Yu yet.
In the
I can't remember.
original Mortal Kombat, they're all
Yeah,
part of different clans, right?
I think Smoke is part of Lin Kuei. I think.
Okay, but definitely Scorpion wasn't Lin Kuei. He was a different
Yeah,
clan.
yeah, he was a Shirai Yu or something like that.
Okay, got it.
And we know that there's in this game there's there's like a co-op, not co-op, but like almost like what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 did.
Oh, you're talking about the
But
cameo system.
the cameo, yeah.
Yeah,
So we do
assists,
see
basically.
assists. There we go.
Yeah.
So we do see. I can't remember if it's Sector or Cyrax. We do see one of them in the robot form in there.
Okay.
And I wish maybe they'll do this in the game, but I want to see them before they became the robot version, the cyborg.
I'd like to see that too. I was
I'd like
actually
to
just
see
thinking
that.
when you said that, I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder what they were like when they were actually just ninjas.
Because they were part of the Lin Kuei also.
Mhm.
But I think what the story goes is that both of them volunteered to go into this new program of Cyborg. And then they capture Smoke in the original story, but this story is different. So so like I was saying, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Smoke, they're all part of the same clan.
Mhm.
I think what they said, and this is from Ed Boon himself. He's saying like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are not blood brothers, but they're like brothers in clan, and they adopt Smoke as their brother. So they're like there's like a trio. And they said like Raiden is part of like the monk crew, like how Liu Kang was. So Raiden, they basically swap positions. So Raiden's like the Liu Kang in the storyline. And what else does it say? We see, I'm not sure if he's a playable character, but we see I think his name is Rico. This is Shao Kahn's like lieutenant, one of his lieutenants. He's the one that has like he first appeared in Mortal Kombat 4, and he has like the black paint over his eyes. And then we also see Montaro also.
Mortal Kombat 4.
Yeah, that was like the 3D one.
I remember Mortal Kombat 4. I don't remember
Mortal Kombat
Riku.
4. Riku is like I could be saying his name wrong, but this is my favorite character in the game. But he's the one that he throws like a circle of like ninja stars out.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played MK4.
Yeah. So he's in there, and then this is I think this is new girl, but she's like the lieutenant of the hierarchy, like the royalty. You know how Sindel and then it's supposed to be like her original husband.
Yeah, I heard Sindel's story changes a bit too.
Yeah, so basically everybody's story is different. They look the same, but they're different. And then what's great is that I think yesterday or just recently they showed like the Combat Pack 1. And have you seen it yet?
No, I avoided that too, but you can tell me about it. I already know about it. I remember I told you who's coming out. So
okay. So tell me who you
well,
heard.
I know it's Homelander is one of them. I knew that. I knew Peacemaker was one of them.
Yep.
I can't remember the other ones though.
Omni-Man from Invincible.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
We have Quan Chi.
Okay.
We have Ermac.
Okay.
And I think we get Takeda, I believe his name is.
And those are DLC?
Yeah, those are DLC for the first Combat Pack.
Okay.
That's a big list. 6 people for the first Combat Pack.
We don't even know who the regular cast is right now. That's what's bothering me.
Right.
So
we see a lot of cameos.
We know who we got to pay for.
Right.
I
So I'm
mean,
looking for
I'm just saying before you announce like who you got to pay for, maybe you could show us the entire cast.
right.
But whatever, it is what it is.
So that's the news for Mortal Kombat. What are you playing? Speaking of video games, what are you playing right now?
Pretty much just Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6. Okay.
Yeah,
Any
my
games?
brother-in-law gave me gave me a copy of Final Fantasy 16. I'm gonna be ripping into that soon. But
I played the demo, and I think I want to buy it. I didn't play 15.
yeah, I
I think
haven't cared about Final Fantasy for a long time. Been very disappointing to me, but this one
yeah.
looks really good to me. I'm really excited. You the same? You're excited for it?
Yeah, so I played a demo because again, I didn't play 15. I'm not even sure if there was a demo, but I didn't play 15. I didn't play like the in-between ones. Like there's like one called like Type O or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then or Type Zero. I didn't play like there was Final Fantasy 13 and it's like 13 part 2 or something like that.
Was that the one
I
with
played
Rain or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
I played 13, but I didn't play like the second part of 13. I think 14 was online only, right?
Yeah, 14's still going strong. As a matter of fact, there's a fest going on in the next couple of weeks. A buddy of mine just told me about it because he's going to Evo and he's going to this fan fest, which is in the same convention center, Las Vegas Convention Center for both.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool. But yeah, it's called a Final Fantasy 14 Fan Fest, and
Okay.
apparently it's gonna be huge though, man. Usually it's like 2,000 people. This time it's like 20,000 people. They're going to this thing.
Right.
That's a big
So,
jump.
yeah. So Final Fantasy 16, I played the demo. I hear that you only get to play the whole game. You only get one character. So I know they switched their gameplay style. So I think we discussed this last game podcast was that it's more of like a Devil May Cry type of style fighting
I love
game.
that.
Yeah. But it looks good in the cinematics when you have I forget what they call.
Did you play Final Fantasy 7 remake?
I haven't, but
You're killing me, man.
I
It's
know
so good.
I should have bought it when it was on sale.
That's kind of like Devil May Cry 2. It's
Yeah.
it's more of an action adventure with still, but the way that they integrated the way you could use the spells and stuff like that was really really well done. It felt great to play. It really did.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like a good deal where they have like Final Fantasy 7 remake and then there's like a second part or there's like a third part, right?
Well, no one knows about a third part, but there's a second part called Rebirth coming out.
Rebirth. And then is that the one with Sophie? Is Sophie the one with the ninja star? The huge ninja star? She's like the ninja.
Oh, the Yuffie.
Yup. Yeah,
Yeah,
her.
that's already out. That was just like a little DLC thing that happened after the game came out. It happened like 4 months later or something like that. I actually haven't played that yet.
Okay, yeah. I gotta look on my PlayStation and see if PlayStation Store and see if that's if it's still on sale. Because I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
you played the original Final Fantasy 7, right? You finished.
I played original. I haven't beat it. No, I haven't beat it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was one of the games I got to my boss. I could get to the final boss, but I was like, okay, let me try to defeat.
Oh, so you got to the final. You got to the final Sephiroth, but you just didn't beat it. So you know most of the story then.
Yeah.
The story's wild, dude. Like,
yeah, my friend was funny. I played this in like 6th grade, 7th grade. My friend had to tell me the story behind it because it was so confusing. And like this is like the first time I got introduced to like RPGs.
Especially the first time playing it, you actually have to like play it again and be like, man, there's a lot of stuff I missed.
Right. So my friend had explained to me, he's like, yeah, Cloud's memories are not his memories. This is somebody else named Zach. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, man, like you really have to read the dialogue and understand it. I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I do. Or not maybe I do, I really have to. But yeah, he taught me everything though. He taught me how to get like the golden chocobo, the black chocobo.
You're already better than me then, man. I never got the golden chocobo. I never got Knights of the Round, so I never beat any of those weapons that are
I got Knights of the Round. Well, Knights of the Rounds, you don't have to beat a weapon. You just have to get the
No, but
chocobo.
You can't beat a weapon unless you have Knights of the Round. At least the weapon that I wanted to beat. There was an underground weapon that was in the water that you had to beat in a certain time frame or you died because you suffocate.
Was that Ruby or was that?
I think it was Ruby, because it was a red weapon.
Oh no. Ruby is the one in the sand. There's another one called Emerald. I think his name is Emerald Weapon.
Emerald weapon. Okay.
That's the one in the water, yeah. But the thing is like both with the weapons, if you use nice and round, they have a counter to that, which will like instantly kill you.
Mm.
So that's what I was doing. I think I finally beat Emerald Weapon, and then Ruby Weapon was harder. And that's the one that.
How'd
But
you
I
beat the
wanted to.
weapons, but you couldn't beat the game?
I no,
What?
it's not that I didn't. I didn't want to beat it because I wanted to get the weapons. I wanted to beat the weapons first to see if they had like any
Oh.
materia. I think it's called materia
Well,
or
I think most of
material.
the weapons give you like the rare weapon, right? The one that you
Yes,
need to like.
yeah. So Omega Weapon gives you Cloud's ultimate weapon,
Got it.
or it was Ultimate Weapon. Yeah, Ultimate Weapon
Yeah, they're
gives you
called like
ultimate
Ultima
weapon. Yeah,
weapons, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Man, we're really nerding out today. I love it.
Right.
This is why I like doing this
um,
podcast with you, man. It's good to talk
right.
to you.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 16. I want to get that. I'm contemplating on getting Call of Duty because it's on sale right now. And
Mm.
my brother and my brother-in-law, they play it all the time. It's way different. It's fast paced. I can't get used to it. Maybe I just have to play it more often. But anyways, let's get into what we've been watching.
Oh yeah.
This is Secret Invasion. So the last episode is this Wednesday, right?
We are coming up to the last episode. Yeah.
So I know when we talked last time, I think, and
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, you said you were kind of disappointed of how Nick Fury is right now
Yeah.
in this state. How he jumps from like the badass shield agent, head honcho, to where he's just an old man and I gotta sit down. I gotta catch my breath. He doesn't really do that, but it's like damn near like that's what we see him as.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how do you feel honestly about that? Because like, I feel like the people that are writing these shows nowadays aren't even like researching their characters
Right.
anymore. Like, did you?
Well, the thing is for me is that I grew up on Nick Fury being white.
Me too, right? But I also, in my older days now, know Samuel L. Jackson Nick Fury, and he ain't like this.
Right. And to go back to when he was white, I remember
I remember him in Spider-Man the animated series. That's what I remember him from. The white.
I
Nick
remember. Fury. Yeah, you're right. I learned a lot of the Marvel characters lore from Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the first one.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
That was such a great game. They give you like a quiz, and they have like all these characters, and that's where I learned a lot of the lore at. And Nick Fury was in there as a white guy with a patch, and then Samuel L. Jackson comes in, which I have no problem with. But anyways, and actually, Nick Fury was also white in the second Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. But back to what I was saying.
Is he black in the third one?
You know what? I don't even think he's in the third one.
What?
Yeah, and the third one was released on Switch only.
Yeah.
You can only play on Switch, but it was I think the first one was better. I think it was the best one. But
okay.
So what I think about the series so far, it's do you want let's go through the series 1 through 5. We already talked about the first one. Let's talk about 2 through 5. We find out he has a wife.
Yep.
That's a scroll.
Yep.
Which was I never would have expected it. I thought Nick Fury would just die single and lonely.
I definitely didn't think he had a wife.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's almost like
definitely did not. It definitely surprised me for sure.
Yeah. It didn't surprise me as much as like Hawkeye having a family.
That was something in the middle of an Ultron movie. You're like, where are we going?
He has a family. Not only does he have a wife, he has 2 kids and one on the way.
Little agents.
Right. So he find out he has a wife, and she's a scroll on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, whoa, you hit this throughout this whole phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. You hit this pretty well. There was no hint that if he had a family, it was not like no secret picture he had. Like you probably could see like an Easter egg or anything. It's like, whoa, he has a wife. So I was thrown for that. Did you think
All
what's
right,
the
you say you were thrown, and I was too. Do you like it? Do you think it fits Nick Fury? Or did
it
the writers
makes
need something to throw in to buy time?
what what this does for me, and I just thought about it. I'm glad you asked that question because it makes Nick Fury more human,
Okay.
right? This series makes Nick Fury more human,
Have to
and
give he gives him
and
a
makes him
weakness.
gives him a weakness makes him more emotional. Because the probably like the first time you see him emotional is when, and it wasn't even that emotional, but when in the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, when Coulson died, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But this one, he's like cooking breakfast. Hey, honey, yeah, I
Yeah.
made some breakfast and that. Oh, yeah, my bad, I forgot my ring. Yeah, let me put this on for you. And you're like, wow, he's really like we shouldn't even call him Nick Fury. What is his real name? You know, we'll probably find that in like in the last episode.
Maybe.
Like he probably had we'll find his real government name, you know. So it's like two different Nick Furies. This is a whole different Nick Fury than we see from before.
Okay.
He's still he kind of seemed like he's still like ahead of his game a little bit. Maybe he's like a step ahead sometimes, or he always has like a backup plan. That's something that stays the same. He has a backup plan for a backup plan.
He does always have a plan. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we'll say that. So, how do you feel about
About the wife?
him having a wife?
I just thought it was something they threw in just to throw it in. To
Mm,
be honest, there's no hint of it anywhere at all, and I could see it happening, right? Because he was with the scrolls, for a while. And by the way, when we're talking about scrolls too, besides the wife thing, because that's pretty much my opinion on it. I think they just threw it in just for
mm-hmm.
plot and stuff like that. Am I like super upset about it? No. I even like because later on, they tell her that either she's gonna die or Nick Fury's gonna die. Like
Right.
they're gonna have it out, and they have this like nice little talk. It almost felt like you watch like
Um.
Tarantino movies.
Yeah, I seen it.
It kind of felt like that a little bit. Not as good because Tarantino has this great drama buildup that he does, like in these talks, or like 20 minutes sometimes in his
Uh huh.
movies. It kind of felt like that a bit because they both like kind of knew where they were at, so you didn't know exactly
I
what's going to
I
happen.
thought you were gonna say it was gonna be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's what I thought you were going with.
That's probably a better actually example of it because it's more of a
Right.
jokey thing, right? But
Right.
I had that kind of build up in me a bit. Not like I said, not as good as Tarantino, but it had that moment. But
And
that's basically how I feel about it. I think it was just thrown in. Is it
thrown in.
great?
Okay.
No. It's kind of interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I hate it.
Right.
It just doesn't feel like it should be there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't
Right.
fit Fury. Like I don't even was there any type of wife in the comics or anything? I don't think so. We
That
never knew anything
that I don't
about that.
know.
Yeah.
That I do not know. And
Huh.
if it was a wife, was it a scroll? You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, um, when we find out, I mean, this is old now. We find out that Rhodey is a scroll. I kind of figured he was when Rhodey first appeared and he fired Nick. I was like, yeah, Rhodey's not that aggressive, not that cold hearted.
Mm,
You know, I was
yeah.
like, there's something different about this Rhodey.
Yeah.
And we find out that, yeah, he's a scroll. Did you see that coming?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now it makes you wonder where is Rhodey at and where is who's the other guy in the first episode, the opening of the first episode? What's his name?
And the very first episode,
The very first episode.
Gravik,
Not Gravik, no. He's not a scroll. He
Talos.
was no.
The actual human who turned out to
Yeah,
be, Ross.
Ross. So now we're like, okay, where's Ross at
Right.
and where's Rhodey at? We gotta figure out where these guys are at.
Well, I mean, they're probably all in that facility, right? That's where they were keeping everybody
That
else. At the
that
same
could be.
time, though, maybe if they're more high value targets, maybe they would put them somewhere else. That's
Right.
a good observation. I never really thought of that. I would have thought they'd all be in the same place, but you're right. If separating them out might be smarter.
Yeah.
So could be
I think it was episode 3 or 4 when the daughter died. I forget her name.
Gaia.
Did you think she really died?
No,
No? Okay, I
No,
thought so. I did. I was like, damn, they gonna end her off like this? I was like,
no.
damn,
They
that's
needed a powerful woman.
yeah.
Can't go down like
Buddy.
that.
Do you think Talos is dead?
Yes,
Damn.
I do. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I feel Talos. But Talos is like really torn in between.
I will say this though. I I didn't think she was dead, but I wasn't sure how she survived. I didn't think she actually put that stuff in
Oh,
her.
got
So,
it.
which is cool. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know why they're glowing red. I did a little bit of research back on, I think it was episode 2 or 3. They show what DNA they have from the Battle of New York so far, from the
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Battle. They got Groot DNA. They got Cull Obsidian, which was
The bad guy, right?
yeah, one of Thanos's like right hand men, like one of like the
The
big
biggest
four.
one. The big one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
big one that was gonna go toe to toe with Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
But then he couldn't transform, so everyone else had to go after him. Say Groot, Cull Obsidian, a Frost Beast, which I think is from Asgard.
Okay.
And what was the last one? I don't remember the name of it, but it's those things from Iron Man 3, the ones that could like regenerate themselves and stuff when you hurt them.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
why when
yeah.
they're glowing that color,
Yeah, yeah,
it's from
yeah.
those things. That's why they have the
Yeah.
regeneration. So
Got it.
those are
Okay.
the DNAs that they have. There may be some other things, but that was the only thing that I saw on the screen.
Got it. Okay.
So that's
Okay.
why when Gaia got back up, you saw that red in her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And it makes sense for Gavik. Is it Gravik?
Gravik.
When he stretches his arm out, that's like Groot and everything.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah,
Groot.
yeah. Can you explain to me? This is what I'm trying to get my head around. It's the timing. It's like, why now? And then at the end of episode 5, Nick Fury has that capsule that Gravik is at the harvest
Mm-hmm.
that Gravik is after.
Right.
Why now? Did they explain that?
The only thing I can think of for why now is everything's in its place that needs to be, and he probably can't find that thing without Nick Fury. He's probably looked in all the right spots, and it's just not there. So he needs Fury to find that harvest thing.
Okay.
Because you finished the last episode, right?
Right.
It ends with him, grabbing the thing.
Yeah. Making a call to somebody.
Yeah, and also getting the DNA vial.
Mm-hmm.
For all of like pretty much everybody that spilled blood, which is almost everybody on that battlefield, in Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably didn't want to bring Fury back because he's a threat, but at the same time, I think he needed him back because he doesn't know where it is. I think that's the only timing. I think you have everything in the right place that could obstruct Fury. You even think that his wife is, on your side, even though she's not. So he is underestimating some people,
And then his own people attack him too.
Oh yeah, that was cool. So like, there's these cool parts in these episodes, and there's parts that piss me off at the same time. It's making me mad. That's why. How are you actually feeling on the show, like right now? Like, because me, I'm like 50-50 on it. I enjoy some parts, and there's really some parts that I'm like, why would you put that in there?
Right. I'm leaning towards. I'm like you're 50-50. I'm like 55-45.
Always got to one up me.
Right.
Wait, which way are you going though? Where's that 55? Is that in the?
I like that one lady. That one lady that went to that interrogation, and she's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I like her a lot too. And then
I like her.
And then she took one step back when she said that podcast bullshit.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
like
hear
her.
that?
Yeah.
I was so mad about that because it's like, dude, why are you throwing a shot at people that love these things? Like, you're just crapping on your audience again, because you're just upset that you think they don't like powerful women or something like that.
Right.
It's like,
I like how like we said the first time, like the best thing is probably about this show's gonna be like, who is a Skrull, who is not.
Yeah, that's definitely the coolest part. And by the way, that woman, I like her too. She actually might be my favorite part as well. Even though she said that, she's a badass.
Right.
Like she is.
When Talos died, I was like, you get that one
I
soldier.
didn't see that coming.
Yeah. I was like, and then Nick Fury, he's like, drop him. I'm like, oh shit. I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
I
let's
didn't
grab
see
it.
that coming. I
Oh
really didn't.
man,
I
yeah.
and then what? You
'Cause-
know what? Can I ask you something about that scene? Like, it was such a cool scene, but at the same time, didn't it feel like kind of boring?
I don't think so.
Yeah, for me,
Um,
not the death of him. I thought that was actually really well done, but the fight itself, I don't know. It felt like it lacked like an action. Like I felt like I was watching an action adventure part, but without like the
it was
thrill of
just
it.
it was just missing something. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
maybe
Maybe that's just me. I'm like, man, there's this really cool scene and it's interesting, but it's like I'm not on edge.
Hey, that's how I felt about Mandalorian, the last episode. Where you're like, oh man, they had the jetpacks and everything. I was like, yeah,
Well, now
there's
I know how
something.
you feel because I really enjoyed that so much. So now I know how you feel. Yeah,
I told you,
I'm watching this amazing scene and I'm just like, why, why am I not
right.
into that? I think the most, yeah, probably the coolest part about that was that part where he got killed, and also
Mhm.
the part where he's like, "Get that thing open! Come on, man, get it open!"
Yeah,
Like that was kind of dramatic. Like he's just like trying to
right.
break
And at
that
the same
window.
time, he's like injured and he's like shifting back,
Yeah,
and you're like, oh man,
but
I'm
the
sad that Talos went. I'm
but the
sad.
fighting part was like, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
All right,
maybe it's just you. I don't know.
maybe it is just me.
Now we're equal. Now we But yeah, I say 55-45.
Okay.
I wonder what's gonna happen in this last episode. I hope they just don't rush it. I want to know who Nick Fury called. I'm also mad that now that I talked about Talos, I'm mad that Maria died.
Yeah,
Now
that sucked.
yeah. Now that Talos died, Maria died. Who else is gonna die in here? We know that Nick Fury's not gonna die because we see him in the Marvels.
Yeah, there's
Unless
no way he's
Marvels
dying.
the Marvels take place before the Secret Invasion.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because Nick Fury looks like he's still at was it Strike or no Sword, the ship. He looks like he's
Uh,
still in space.
well, he probably goes back.
Yeah,
It's probably because of whatever repercussions are going to happen from this.
yeah.
That's the only
So,
thing that
but
I can think of.
so far, I don't think this is the worst Marvel. Like I said, I think Miss Marvel is the worst one. This one is not the worst one. This one is probably in the middle.
Okay. I can't make my judgment yet. I have to see the last episode to really know where I'm going to lean. You know, it could
Mm-hmm.
be improved. You can do a lot of things to fix things in this
Mm-hmm.
show. So it's not. You know me. I'm optimistic. I try not to crap on everything for sure, but there are some things that are definitely bothering me in this show, and there are some things that I'm really enjoying in this show. Like that woman was really entertaining. Like when she was torturing that
Right.
guy, cut off his finger, and then it turned into a green one. I'm like, oh man,
Right.
this chick means business. I mean, that was like what 1 second in, she started just going, let's just get right to it.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoyed that part, and she hit him with the serum that like made his blood burn.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right.
I will say I do like Gravik. I do like Gravik. I like him, but the thing I think his
I like his
story,
hubris.
yeah, I think his story is kind of weak a little bit.
It
It's
is.
like we've seen it before. You promised us, Nick Fury, that you
Yeah.
would. It's like, oh, we've seen this before. Another
Yeah, he's just
alien
being a
that,
baby.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's another.
right.
You probably like him though. He's a whiner. You like the
I
whiners.
know, right?
You
I
do.
have a thing for whiners.
You
I
do.
do.
You have a thing for whiners. But no, I do like that he's so arrogant that even the people that are supposed to be on his side turn on him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like that was one of the coolest part of the last episodes. In the last episode, like a lot of them go after him, like a lot.
Right.
But he wins the fight because he's a super Skrull at this point.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of the DNA in him already. At least Groot and I just can't remember what they're called, but those things from Iron Man 3. He's got
Right.
at least those two things in him for sure.
That was a cool. I like that scene because he comes out. He's like, "Who else wants it?"
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, yo, I
No.
just killed like 8 people. Who else? Who's the next
Yeah.
one?
And you
That
see
was
them
a
all
good scene.
outside waiting here in the carnage,
Yeah,
but they won't
right.
join. They're just like, I hope they win.
Well,
They didn't win. They didn't win.
yeah. So yeah,
I
Wednesday is the
have
final
one thing
episode.
though that I'm curious about. So Rhodey
Right.
is a Skrull. He's not dead yet. Do we see him put on the armor?
Ah,
Because
I'm
that's
gonna
one thing that I'm
say
curious about. Because if he put on the armor and started fighting whoever they're calling and stuff to help, I think that would be great. I would enjoy that because it makes no sense that he wouldn't. He should have
I don't.
access to it.
I
So
don't think so. I don't think he's gonna put on the armor
yeah, he should though.
for 2 reasons. I think they're going to save that for Armor Wars. I think he might make an appearance as Rhodey, but as War Machine, I don't think so.
That's
And
too
two,
bad, man.
I think like what we saw from She-Hulk is that the budget. I don't think they're gonna
See,
put
that's
too
I'm
much.
not. I don't care about your budget, dude. It's story.
I
It's
know,
things
I
making
know.
sense. He should have access to this armor, and he should be able to use it.
Maybe he doesn't. Do you think? Let's talk about. Do you think this scroll knows where the armor is at?
Yeah, because I mean, if you have Rhodey, then you have access to his memories.
You're right. You're
So
absolutely
that
right.
would make no sense. So he should be able to use the armor. If he doesn't put on the armor and use it at some point, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because you're saying that scrolls get access to the memory, so they should know where his armor is at. So
Yeah, exactly. The reason why he can't use it can't be like he can't remember a password or anything like that because they have access to all of him. You know.
yeah,
Um, and I was thinking too because we had our little break there. You know what fight actually did feel like it had a ton of impact and looked awesome was actually remember we were talking about Nick Fury's wife. They give her the option basically to either kill him or get killed, and
right,
she elects not to kill Nick Fury, and they come after her, and Gaia's with her, and they have like this all out like fight like inside her house.
right,
That looked great. That
yeah.
felt like some like Jason Bourne stuff. Like
Right.
it was really good. That fight felt like it had a ton of impacts.
Right.
I like that one a lot. I don't know. Gaia had some like automatic shotgun or something like that was just like lighting fools up. It was good.
Oh wait,
I really enjoyed
and then
that.
also, isn't I can't remember if this was Secret Invasion. I want to say it was, but isn't the guy in Black Widow, the guy that provides Black Widow like the motorhome and the generator? Isn't he in here also?
Is that the guy that like is on the plane with Nick Fury?
Yeah, is it
He
him?
looked
Yeah,
familiar to me. I couldn't figure out where, so that's possible. But I
yeah,
don't know for sure. I'm not gonna. Don't quote me on that. But yeah,
right.
that guy looked familiar, like he knew Fury from something. I thought maybe he might have been from Agents of Shields, which I didn't finish, so I thought maybe he was from that or something.
Okay,
Because he looked familiar to me.
right.
I
I think it's him.
Yeah,
I think it's him.
I was
But
like, is it
anyways,
just that I know the actor, or do I know this character? I can't. I just can't remember. Oh, by
right.
the way, during our break, man, I really enjoyed those trailers for the Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
right,
That
right.
was really good. I like how, by the way, that Scorpion's uh get over here
Yeah, the
doesn't just come out of
spear.
his hand anymore. He actually holds it and throws it. Did you notice
Yeah,
that?
yeah. For a while, it hasn't been coming out his hand anymore.
It was
It's
in
all I
MK11. It didn't.
no. It's always been on his side.
Oh, so he just kind of winds it up and throws it?
Well, no. So in MK11, he just grabs. It's real quick. He grabs it from his side and throws it.
Okay. I mean,
But
right now
this
it looks
one,
like he's like, yeah, winding
yeah,
it
yeah.
up.
This one, you can really actually see the animation. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like went in and just like
Mm-hmm.
tearing this dude up with this thing. I was
And
like,
it's different
wow.
too. It's different. Doesn't it have like a hook on it?
Yeah.
It's like a spear and a hook. Usually, it's just a spearhead.
Yeah, it almost
But
looks
now
like
it's
like a scythe type of blade, but smaller.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty cool.
Secret Invasion. The last episode is gonna be Wednesday.
Yeah, what do you got for
well,
predictions, man? What do you think's gonna happen?
predictions. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Of course, we can say Gravik probably dies.
Yeah.
I really don't know because when it came to like phase 1 and phase 2, phase 3 and 4, no, phase 1, 2, and 3, we all know where it was leading up to.
Yeah.
The Infinity Stones, Thanos. Now in this phase, we have the multiverse. Now we have the scrolls. We found out there's millions of scrolls living upon us or
Mm-hmm.
in the Marvel universe. And then we have what's his name? The one who remains. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
Kang, yeah. So with this one, I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know if it's gonna connect. Cause we can almost say can we say this? The only Marvel series that has connected to like the movies or look like it has some like relevance is probably like Miss Marvel just by the end of the episode.
If in terms of like these two connecting, yeah, I would say so. Loki looks like it connects to at least Kang and stuff like
You're
that,
right, Kang. You're
and
right,
then
Kang.
and then
Oh,
Ant
Winter
Man and the
Soldier.
Wasp. Uh,
Winter Soldier, because that's the next Captain America movie. But I mean,
yeah, we haven't really seen anything about that at all, and it had nothing to do with any type of multiverse thing at all. That was kind of its own thing, in my opinion.
right? Because
Same
like,
with WandaVision. That was more of just its own thing. It didn't really connect to. Well, that's not
well,
true because
Doctor
WandaVision
Strange.
connected to Doctor Strange. Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end.
right. But like, we have to see this next Captain America movie to even see. Oh yeah, because Captain America is supposed to show that black guy that was like that was actual like a super soldier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's supposed to appear in there. He's supposed to have like a scene that he gets like his costume and there's
Oh,
like a fight
cool.
scene. Yeah,
I
I
liked that
heard.
actually. I liked him in that part. I thought he was really cool. I just thought it was cool that there was another super soldier out there that we didn't know about.
Right.
That I think he was in the comics too. That guy.
Yeah, he was.
So
So predictions. Gravik dies. Gaia dies.
no, not gonna die.
Nick Fury wife's
Yeah, I think she'll die.
dies.
I think Nick Fury's wife will die.
Um you know I don't know. I feel like the scrolls. I feel like it's gonna be this is not gonna be the end of the scrolls. So maybe I don't know. Wait, can I say Gravik dies then? I don't know, because when it comes to the scrolls, they connect to Fantastic Four, from what I know of. Because one of Fantastic Four's their arch nemesis was the Super Scroll,
Mm-hmm.
but he had the powers of like. Did he have the powers of all the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I think so. He had the thing. He had the fire. I don't remember if he had the invisibility or not.
Well, he did have Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, he definitely had Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, he was actually one of
Hmm.
my favorite characters. He was in Marvel's Capcom 3. Man, he was sick.
Yeah, you're right. He was. Was it 3 Ultimate or just 3?
He was in both, I think. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm waiting for one of these shows to bring back Coulson. That's what I'm waiting one of these shows to do.
you think you're gonna bring back Olsen?
Because they kind of, I heard a rumor. What movie is it supposed to be on? That Quake from Agents of Shield. She's supposed to come back in one of the movies.
Oh, really?
Was it Deadpool?
Maybe. Because Deadpool is gonna have a lot of weird stuff in it.
Deadpool, yeah. Deadpool is supposed to be like a cameo fest.
Yeah, I mean he's just going to a bunch of different timelines. Apparently, I don't know
Right.
why, but yeah, they even think he's gonna link to Loki because again, it's messing with timelines, and that's the Time
Yeah.
Variance Authority.
Mm-hmm.
So they might come after him. So a lot of people think he's gonna interact with that too. So
Yeah. What's your
we'll see.
predictions?
My predictions. I don't think Gaia will die. I think the wife will probably die. Um, will Gravit die? Probably. Because I mean, you don't want him to lead the scrolls or anything, or honestly to show him mercy, because it might just look like you're weak.
Mm-hmm.
Gaia can lead the scrolls. She's Talos's daughter, so that makes sense, right? Daughter of a general.
Yeah.
I don't think they care if a woman leads them or a man leads them. I don't think it matters to the scrolls. So makes sense that she would live so that the scrolls can still follow his orders. By the way, what did you? I forgot about this. What did you think of? A lot of people didn't like this. It didn't bother me at all. But what did you think of the fact that the way that Nick Fury moved up and got all his secrets was because scrolls were getting all the info for him? What'd you think of that?
What do you mean?
So in the show, in one of the episodes, I think it was like episode 2 or 3, they're on the train and Talos is telling them the reason that you moved up is because all my people were getting you all your secrets because they were all impersonating people.
Oh.
I actually thought that was really cool and makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nick Fury knows all the secrets. And, like, how does he learn everything? I mean, his spies are good, but I mean, some of this stuff is, like, really hired intel, right? The only way you can know that is if you are that person. So I actually thought that was pretty cool. I don't know about you.
You know what? I did.
I thought that was interesting.
Now that you bring it back up, it reminds me that how I like that tension between him and Talos.
Mm.
Like there's that respect, but there's also that tension.
Yeah.
Like you owe me big time. Like we both owe each other for like a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like there's that continuous tension, like in almost every episode, almost every time they interact. I like that relationship that they have.
Yeah.
Now that you bring it back up,
that part on the train when Nick Fury was like, "We have been fighting each other since we could walk upright. There's no room for another species on this planet."
Right. Yeah, that was
great.
I forgot about it, but now you brought it up, it's like okay, we connect the dots and everything.
Yeah.
Because
did you like that? Did you think that was cool, or are you just like, man?
It was mediocre. It was mediocre, I'll say.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Some people think that it really like nerfs Nick Fury even more. Me, it just seemed kind of interesting.
Right.
But, yeah. All right. So anyway, predictions. I pretty much that's it. That's all I got. I think Gaia can lead the scrolls. I think they're going to be needed for whatever comes next, whether it comes to like Secret Wars or something.
I wonder what's going to happen with what they plan on doing with is it NATO?
And I want to see the War Machine suit.
It's either going to be
you think it's just for my buddy Ron Deasy, whose favorite character is War Machine. Give him War Machine, dude.
But you know what I think they're going to do to piss me off? They're going to give me Iron Patriot.
Okay.
Which I don't like. I don't like Iron Patriot.
Well, I think Iron Patriot was just one little part. I think after that, he's War Machine the whole way.
Okay, I hope so.
I think it was just because of that one. Yeah, I think it was just for Iron Man 2 that it was that. Or was it Iron Man 2 or Iron Man?
Yeah, it was Iron Man 3.
Oh, Iron Man 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Iron Patriot.
What was I saying? What do you think they're gonna do with NATO? Because you know the NATO is all scrolls. Come to find out. I wonder where they're gonna lead with that.
It's a good question. I actually have no theory on that.
Do you think they're just gonna let it go to rest? Like if Gravik dies, they're like, oh, okay, our biggest worry is out, so we can just go on living our lives.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of plot holes in these things too. If you look really far, so I mean, they'll just be like, yeah, well, it's just explain itself in the end. So I don't think they're gonna do nothing with it. I think they'll just leave it. They probably shouldn't. But we only have 60 minutes in this episode. We can't tie up everything.
Right. So that's it for Secret Invasion. Ahsoka is looking pretty good.
Yeah, the last trailer looked really good.
It's looking really good. If it's 6 episodes, it looks like every episode is gonna be great. But
Well, it looks like so. Here's the thing, you know, in Mandalorian, it didn't feel like they went too many places. In this one, it looks like they're going a lot of places,
Right.
right? Jedi temples, definitely a couple new planets. Whatever base that these people are at, it looked like they were in there too, right? Wherever these Sith are,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of crazy forest. I saw a fight in there, and I would assume these just are all on different planets. So I will say this: I think it's gonna take us more places than Mandalorian season 3 did.
With Star Wars series, and we've only had a few.
And we finally got to see Thrawn too.
Yeah, we get to see Thrawn. What? How many? They usually last more than 6 episodes, right?
I think it depends. Plus, Disney's losing money like crazy, so maybe they cut them. We'll see. But yeah,
I know.
they've been between anywhere from 6 to 8 episodes. I think. I don't think
Right.
anything's been 10. I think they've all been 6 to 8 episodes.
Right.
Except for like the CG like Bad Batch and stuff. I think they were
Yeah.
12
Right.
episodes. But like live action, I think the most they've been is 8.
Yeah. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I like that we see Hera, we see Sabine, we see. I wonder if what's his name? Who's the other guy we saw in
You even see Ezra.
We see Ezra as a hologram.
Yeah.
Zeb. I wonder if we're gonna see Zeb, if he's gonna come back.
I would assume so since you saw him in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I would think so.
We see who's the lady that's from Rogue One? Not Rogue One. Is it Rogue One? No. What's
You
the
talking about
other
Andor?
Andor? What's the lady from Andor?
Yeah, Mon Mothra's in it. Yeah.
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 We see her.
It's very interesting.
I wonder if we see who's Leia's adopted father? Organa. What's his name? What's
I
his
think
first
that's
name?
it. Oh, I don't know his first name. I've only heard Organa.
Well, yeah. Organa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only heard Senator Organa. I don't know if I don't know if you even know his first name. I don't think I've ever heard his first name. I don't even think I've heard his wife call him his first name.
So this show is after this takes place after season episode 6, Star Wars episode 6. So it's between episode 6 and episode 7.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. And after
You think-
Mandalorian season 3.
Do you think any show going forward is going to even try to relate to the sequels?
Yes.
You
And the
think so?
reason why is they may try to explain things that are bothering people about the sequels that are unexplained. Like maybe where Snoke came from, since no one knows anything about Snoke, which is just so upsetting because he's like this guy who reinvented the Empire again, you know,
Right.
and he comes out of nowhere and he's super powerful and nothing is explained about him, no matter what, except that he exists. That's
Super powerful, but got killed by his apprentice.
right? And he's deformed.
Easily. And he's deformed.
Right? So
well, they kind of explained that. They kind of explained that in episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, how Emperor made Snoke.
Okay, so he was a clone.
Yeah,
I barely remember that anymore. It makes sense though, and maybe they'll put a little bit more of a polish on it. Maybe that's it.
Because the only show that the only two things I can think of that relate to the sequels is a show on Disney called Star Wars Resistance.
I heard about that one. I haven't seen it yet though.
It's just a little bit. It's just like fighter pilots from what I've seen.
Okay.
And I think all I've seen that's from the sequels is Poe Dameron, but I don't see nobody else that's related to it. I think there's only like 2 seasons or 1 season, and then the last Star Wars game that came out, Star Wars Battlefront 2, they kind of explained where the First Order came from.
Okay.
And Kylo Ren. They also explained Luke Skywalker how he was trying to find the like some Jedi scrolls or something like that. So they kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's still like a big gap on how the First Order came about. Like,
so you could certainly use this to start tying up some loose ends that are there, which I think
Right.
would be. So yeah, I think they will, because last I heard they're trying to bring Ray back again, right? And
Yeah,
to
they're
make
supposed to come out with like another. I know they're coming out with at least one more movie. I don't know if it's a trilogy, but they are trying to bring Ray back, and they're saying, supposedly they're saying that she has a new Jedi Order, or she's building her Jedi Order,
mm,
but she's finishing what Luke started. So
so Broom Kid will actually have a role.
right, but yeah, I heard a rumor, and this is probably most likely not going to happen. But Disney is going to sell back Star Wars to Lucas.
They should.
Lucas. I heard a rumor. I don't know how, and I don't think it was a reliable source, but
Well,
I just
I
thought it
know
was
it's probably not a
interesting.
reliable source, but at the
Right.
same time, Disney is losing money fast, and they are going to need to sell assets to actually.
Did you hear what the original sequel was supposed to be? Like the story?
Well, so I mean, would that be more based on like the books?
No, it's what I don't know about the books, but it's what Lucas
Because
had
it's like
pitched them.
extended universe, I think they call it, or something like that in the books.
Well, from what I heard, Lucas had already like drawn up a draft or written out a draft of what the sequel was supposed to be.
And they just
They're
threw it
supposed to
away.
be bringing, yeah, they're supposed to bring back Darth Maul, and then his apprentice named Darth Talon.
Mm,
Ever heard of her?
no.
She's like the Twi'lek. The Twi'lek is the race that has like a long tentacle, like how Hera is.
Oh, okay.
So they have the two tentacles, but she has like the pattern of Darth Maul,
Mm,
and she's like the apprentice. There's this real cool fan movie with who both of them are, Darth Maul and Darth Talon. So
mm.
it's supposed to expand on that.
Okay.
And what I can't remember. And you know what? Speaking of that, Darth Maul, I hope they do something with Darth Maul, because they can't leave him as a cliffhanger in Solo.
Right. Well, I mean, if we follow the, because I think Clone Wars is still
Oh
canon,
yeah,
they
you're
killed
right.
him in Clone Wars.
They killed him in Rebels, actually.
Was it in Rebels?
Yeah, because Obi-Wan killed him.
Are you sure that wasn't in the last Clone Wars? Because remember they brought back Clone Wars for one final season, and I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they
sure
brought
they
him
killed
back.
him in that.
No, him and like I think him, Ahsoka and him escaped together. I think,
Because
or
I thought
they
he
helped each other
died in
escape.
Obi Wan's arms, and I thought that was in Clone Wars.
No, that was in Rebels
Oh, it
and
was in
Oben.
Rebels. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Well, either way, yeah, but he's dead,
yeah.
like
You're right.
really dead.
You're right. He said really dead.
Yeah, like not dead, but dead, dead.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But I
that's
like
all I
Darth Maul.
have.
I wish they would bring him back too, but he's done.
Yeah. So sad.
But yeah, that makes sense, honestly. That they just didn't listen to Lucas because they went a completely opposite direction with Star Wars than what,
Right.
to be honest, most fans wanted. Um, and now you look back at what story you could have got instead of what story you got. You're just like, man. I mean, it's okay. I enjoyed the movies, but man, they could have done so much better. And now people are just starting to realize as they keep watching more and more of these shows, they're like, dude, this isn't good anymore.
Right.
You can follow a certain theme for so long until you really piss off the fans that cared about that, gave you this money grabbing franchise in the first place.
Right.
Is this really a hill you want to die on? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think Ahsoka better do good, because Ahsoka the character
Yeah.
has grown on people. Because I remember a lot of people didn't like Ahsoka when she first appeared.
Well, dude, she wasn't that likable
Yeah,
in the beginning. She was a brat, and even
Yeah.
my wife hated her. And then she really did, and then she like super grew on her, man. Like, but that's
Right.
what you need with these characters that you're not getting anymore.
Right.
You're not getting this. Okay, they're this one thing, and then they have growth, and then they have problems, and then they overcome those problems, and then they become better people.
Right.
Like they don't have a big arc anymore. They're just like, yeah, they're this, and this, and then this.
Right.
They're done really quick. and that's why you don't get invested in these characters anymore. When you agree?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, and Ahsoka's a perfect example of that. I like Ahsoka, and the reason why I
Hmm.
like her is because she went through a huge arc. You know,
Yeah.
one of my wife's favorite characters in her favorite character in Dragon Ball Z is Vegeta, and the
Yes.
reason why is because he has this huge arc,
Right.
right? And I don't know if I ever told you the story, but when we were watching Dragon Ball Z together, my wife came up to me and she was acting like she kind of wanted to watch it because I was really into Dragon Ball Fighters at the time, and she was.
Hmm.
My wife likes to get into things that I like to get into sometimes, or at least see why I like them. And she said, I saw that the whole series is like $114 on Amazon. Did you want me to get it for you? I'm like, do you want to watch Dragon Ball Z with me? And she's like,
Hmm.
maybe. I was like, okay. So we're watching the whole thing, right? Her favorite character's Piccolo at the time. And Vegeta
Mine
shows
was at
up.
one point.
Yeah. And Vegeta shows up, and Krillin lets him live. Remember? Because Goku's like, let him live. I want to fight him again. My wife was so pissed. So pissed. And I looked at her and I'm like, $100 says he's going to be your favorite character at the end of the
I remember
series.
the story. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you already know. So
Yeah. As soon as you said that, yeah.
She said no way. Favorite character by far. Like there's nobody that touches Vegeta in her mind, and it's because he has this. But back to my point, he has a great character arc.
Right.
That's how you get invested in a character. You don't just have him this and then they just immediately become this. It's like,
right.
Why do I give a crap? So sorry, I just
Yeah, no. And speaking of Vegeta, I hope they release this or we get some news about season 2 of Super.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, the
And
Moro arc and stuff, which I know nothing about. I've stayed completely away from all the mangas, but I heard the Moro arc is wild.
So. Right. Yeah, Vegeta gets a new form.
Yep, I heard about that.
And it's supposed to be equivalent to Ultra Instinct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So is that supposed to be like the opposite?
Did you finally watch Superhero?
I haven't. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Do you have Crunchyroll? Because Crunchyroll, it's free on Crunchyroll right now. It's
actually
on Crunchyroll. Yeah.
Okay, I might watch it tonight.
Okay, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. I know it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, let me get to it then. You got anything else?
No, that's just kind of what I wanted to get out of the way. It's like I'm really excited for Ahsoka. I feel like they piss people off so much that people aren't going to watch it, even if it's good. Like Andor was really good,
Andor
and nobody watched it.
Yeah,
and it's there's little parts that are not quite right, but for the most part, it's a super well acted, well written show, which almost doesn't exist anymore on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was shit on.
Yeah.
So this Ahsoka thing, man, you're just making so many people mad, and they're just only looking for the negative now. That I just want to. I hope that they just kind of get back to where they need to be, and not everyone's super powerful for no reason, and all this stuff. Give people some sort of a growing point.
Right. For our 9 subscribers, tell your friend to tell a friend.
10.
Oh, we got 10?
10.
Hello to our 10 subscribers. Tell your friend to tell a friend to make sure you guys watch Ahsoka. Okay, we this is our almost like our last hope,
for Star Wars.
For Star Wars, yeah. And if you and then until Ahsoka premieres, go watch what's it called? What's Rogue One?
Oh, Andor.
Andor. Go watch Andor.
You don't even know what it's
called. Don't expect a lot of action, but it's a good drama and political.
Yeah. Expect a great story.
Yeah.
Look for a
great story.
Not lightsabers. It doesn't have lightsabers in it, so just get that out of your head right now. But it's got great.
But I guarantee you, when the action happens, it's worth it.
Oh yeah,
it's worth the wait.
Yeah, great build up.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. The build up is perfect. But that's it we have for tonight, guys. Make sure subscribe. Hey, we see you guys subscribing. Thank you so much.
Leave some comments too, please.
Leave some comments.
Like to hear what you think of the show.
Definitely, both of us. You can catch Mr. Awesome on your YouTube. Tell me your YouTube.
Basically just Mr. Awesome's space neighborhood, and then my Twitch channel, it's the same thing, twitch.tv/Mr. Awesome's _neighborhood.
Right. You can find me at Ron Deezy, RONDEAZY on everything. Ron Deezy Gaming. I'm gonna be back on there soon. I found this new game I want to start streaming and play. So we're gonna be back on that. But
We got to
till
play
then,
Mortal Kombat together when it comes out.
we got that's the one game I will play. I will play that with you. Okay.
All right.
Fighters I gave up because you just like maybe not want to pick it up again.
You
You're
should
like,
get. Here's what you should get. You should get Street
you know,
Fighter
I felt
6.
I felt like you were Piccolo and I was Gohan, and you just whooped my ass and told me to suck it up, and I just never picked it back up. I was like, yeah, let me go back to my schooling. That's what I'm good at.
Oh well, you know, if you would Skype with me or something, I could teach you stuff. But Street Fighter
Right.
6 we should play because we can play in training mode. I can teach you things in training mode online.
Okay.
There's an online training mode.
Got it.
So
Well, yeah. Until then, guys, subscribe, comment. We'll answer back. Don't be afraid. Like, and then we also have a Spotify too. Follow us on that. So then we'll see you guys next time. This is Two Nerds Are Better Than One. Good night.
later, guys.